Hey, what's up everybody? BrownCode67 here with another awesome tutorial where today I'm going to show you how to build a working windmill. Alright, first starting off, I found myself a nice flat patch of earth over here. This is where we're going to build the windmill. It's going to be pretty tall, but the blades are going to look like they're going to move. It's going to happen, it's going to be a thing, so let's get started. First thing I want to do is I really want to use commands to build the basic structure of the lighthouse. I want this to be a quick build. So in order to make the commands work, I'm going to need to grab two sets of coordinates. The first one I'm going to grab is going to be over here. I'm looking at 205 and 831 for the X and Z axes. The Y is 66, but that's actually where my feet are. So to get where the dirt is down below, that's actually going to be 65. And then I want to go 13 in this direction and 13 in this direction. Alright, so it looks like the next one I'm going to do is over here, but I also want to go taller. Since the first coordinate is down on the ground, I need to grab where the ceiling's going to be. So I'm going to come up to, I'm thinking 72. I think that's a good spot right there. So with the coordinate that I got over here, and the one I got up here, I'm going to do a fill command. I'm going to do fill, and the first set of coordinates I got, what was that? That was 205, and we dropped that down to 65 to be in the dirt, and that was 831. And then we ran that all the way over to 193, up to 72, and 843. And I'm going to do that as stained, hardened clay, which you might know is the only way you can do white terracotta. For these builds, white terracotta is not an item name in the game, so you got to do stained hardened clay. It's just like for white concrete, you just type in concrete. For some reason, white being the native one doesn't always have the same name. The code just never evolved. Anyway, and then we're going to do a 0 here, because we're not going to modify the block. And then I'm going to do hollow, so that it's going to spawn in a square. Like so. Alright, this is going to be the first level of the lighthouse. But, like I said, it's going to be tall, so I'm going to do the same thing again. Only this time, I'm going to come in 2 spaces, so that I got 2 from the corner. I want 2 away from the edge. And I'm going to take this coordinate here, which is going to be 203. Now, we're going to drop down the y-axis again, so that's actually going to be 72. And then that is 833. So if I were to come over here to the other corner, I'm going to grab this coordinate as well, right here. So I'm 2 away from the edge, 2 away from the edge. And this one is 195 and 841. But for the y-axis, I want this to go upward. Now last time we made it 6 tall, so this time I think I'm going to make it 7 tall. Alright, so that would be up here to 80. So I'm going to make sure that that y-axis is 80. So I've got those same commands that I just used, the same command, and only I'm going to change out my coordinates that I've got. So I'm going to run this right from the top of the layer that I've got at 203.72, which is the very top layer, and 833. I'm going to run that to 195 all the way up to 80 and then to 841. And I'm still going to do the stained hardened clay. And bam, now we've got the next segment of our build. But I want this to be even taller. Super tall. So we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to come in 2 blocks here. And I'm going to come in 2 blocks here. So I want this coordinate. Now this time, it's going to be 201, and that's going to be 80, and that's going to be 835. Now we're going to run across the way, and we're going to grab the opposite coordinate again. 1, 2, right here. And this time, we're going to take it up all the way up to 88. So this one is 197, 88, 839. So one more time, we're going to do a command. Same one. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get rid of, I said get rid of, not do dashy lines. Sorry about that. And that was, shoot. 201, 80, 835 to 197. I took that up to 88 and 839, I think it was. That looks awesome. So right now you're probably looking at this like, I thought we were doing a windmill. Well, we are. You'll notice that I use the white terracotta, which is actually something that some of the villager builds do. They do a white terracotta with a wooden frame. I'm going to do something similar, only I'm going to take it to the extreme. So first things first, this is the middle. This is going to be where the door is going to be. If you'll look down on my taskbar, I've got white terracotta, dark oak wooden planks, dark oak wooden stairs, and then I've got light gray concrete, regular terracotta, and mushroom stem. So these are going to be what I'm going to need for the build. And then we're going to get into the hard part of actually making this a functioning, working windmill. Alright, so I'm going to take the wooden piece that I have, and I'm first going to start off here in the corner. And I'm going to take this up like so. And then I'm going to go 2 blocks to the left of the door, so there's a block space. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Come over here. I'm going to make this symmetrical. And then the same thing out here. And then I'm going to do the same thing this way. So we're going to do 4 spaces. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to put down the wood. And then we're going to skip 3. And then we're going to put down the wood. And then we're going to come back over here to the corner, and we're going to let that rise up. So you'll see it's going to be the same pattern all the way around like so. So for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more, so I have 4 spaces. And then I'm going to take that up. And then we want 3 spaces there, and I'm going to do the same thing. And real quick, I'm actually going to get some dirt. I'm just going to kind of fill in around the bottom here. There we go. Try to make this a little bit more natural. There we go. And then back to the dark oak wood planks, and we're going to come to the back corner. And then we got one more side we're going to do this on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to skip 3 empty spaces, and then there we go. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the dark oak wooden stairs, and I'm going to put them down around the bottom of the building. Just like that. Now I'm going to come over and I'm going to start putting stairs down along the outside here on top of the wooden posts, just like we did at the bottom of the building. This actually might be easier if I were to go and put some blocks down on this outside edge here. It'd probably save some time. And now with the stair, I can just kind of stare at the lower edge and then quickly put this down. Much easier. Alright, and then we're going to do basically kind of the same thing. I'm going to go through and I'm going to put a block down along the whole building like this. And then switching back over to those stairs again, we're going to do the same thing. Alright, starting to look pretty good. And now I'm going to do the same thing up here to the second level. I'm going to take these wooden planks, dark oak, and I'm going to bring them up like so. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm only going to skip 3 spaces. Bring that up like so. And then I'm going to skip 1 space. And then I'm going to skip 3 spaces again. And just like before, this is going to be the pattern we're going to repeat on all sides. So I'm going to come around here. And I'm going to skip 3 spaces and I'm going to put those up. I'm going to skip 1. And then I'm going to put up this corner. I'm going to skip 3 spaces. And then build myself a post. Skip 1, build myself a post. Come over here. And then we're going to switch back over to the dark oak stairs again. Actually, no. Let's put that block line down with these. That always makes it easier to do the stairs. It's just a time saver. So we'll just get that out of the way real quick. And then this one's going to be for the second level. Perfect. See? So much easier. Work smarter, not harder. All right, and now we're going to do basically the same thing again up top. This one, however, is only going to get the corners posted. All right, we're not going to have any other beams in the middle. All right, and then we're going to take our stairs. Same thing that we've been doing. All right, starting to take shape and looking pretty good. It is definitely going to stand ahead above all the rest of the houses here in the village, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really cool. Next up, I'm going to switch over to the light gray concrete. And then I'm going to come in here, 1 block away from the top, and I'm going to put down a big square like so. This is actually going to come out even further. And I think I'm going to line that up 1 more out, just like so. And then I'm going to bring out the terracotta here, and that's going to come out 2 pieces like this. And now we're going to start working on the windmill. All right, so I want my blades to be probably 6 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna do the same thing to the sides. There we go. I think though we're gonna have to add a button right on the end of this, kind of like a bolt, or you know the bearing that it would be spinning on. And I think I'm gonna go with a polished black stone. Right there. That's looking pretty good. All right, so now I'm actually going to get rid of some of the stuff that in my inventory here, because I'm going to need to grab a couple of items. First one is I'm going to do give at P command _ block. Next, I'm going to do give at P structure _ block. All right, so I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to place a structure block right here in front of the actual blades of the windmill. And I'm going to adjust this box to fit them in. So right now, I am going to expand my Y offset, which is dropping down. I'm going to make that go down to -6. And I'm going to make this 13 tall, which should basically grab the entire blade top to bottom. It should be 6 spaces on the bottom and 6 spaces on the top. And then I also noticed that on the, I think that's the Z offset, I'm going to need to make that not 5. I'm going to bring that into 3. Actually, no. Sorry, this isn't the offset. This is the size. I'm going to bring that to 2. And then I'm going to offset it 1. Like this. So I'm not grabbing the structure block. Instead, I'm going to be grabbing the blades of the windmill. Now on the X, I'm going to need to increase this to 13, just like I did on the Y. And I'm going to have to offset this by 6. Oops. -6. -6. Ah! Not 6 minus. -6. There. That should be the whole blade. So let me pop out of here. And I am grabbing the entire thing. That's it. I'm not grabbing the structure block. I'm not grabbing any of the build. I'm just grabbing the blades. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to name this Blade 1. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to save this to disk. Awesome. So now, without erasing the structure block, I'm actually going to erase just the blades. So this is just the mushroom stem pieces that I put down. Alright, and now I'm going to bring them out diagonally. But instead of 6, it's going to be 5. And I'm going to do this out both sides. Just like that. So now it looks like the blades are in a diagonal position. I'm going to come right back into this. And instead of saving it as Blade 1, I'm going to save this as Blade 2. So now we need to get the exact coordinate that this structure block is. So I'm going to stand right on top of it, and I'm going to write down the coordinates that I got here. I'm going to do 199. Now the Y is 87, but we're going to make that 1 less because I'm standing on the block. I want the location of the block. So that's 86, and then 828. All right, so now I can get rid of the structure block. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave the windmill as is for now. And I'm going to come down inside here. I'm going to break the top section here. And that's going to give me some workspace, because we're going to be running some commands. Alright, so now that we have some space to work, we're going to go to our inventory and I'm going to grab some redstone dust. And I'm also going to grab a redstone torch. The redstone torch is more just to get it started. And I'm going to put down 2 command blocks. The first one, I'm going to type in structure load. And we're going to do blade 1 at those at the coordinate location that we got for the structure block. So I'm going to do 199, 86, 828. And then in this one, I'm going to do almost the exact same thing, but it's going to be blade 2. So structure, load, blade 2, same coordinates. Bam. All right, and then I did forget one last thing. We're going to need a repeater. So we're going to set the redstone repeaters down like so. And then we're going to put dust in all the corners. And then we're also going to set them on top of the command blocks. And then using that redstone torch for a quick sec. Going to give us an impulse. And then I'm going to slowly break. What the heck? Alright, that was more difficult than I thought it was going to be to get the redstone to cycle here without using a comparator. So, once you get this going, you'll see that I got a bunch of commands popping up on my screen. I'm just going to go game rule, command block output, and that's going to be false. So that shouldn't pop up on your screen anymore, but if you were to come outside here and take a look at your windmill. Whoa. Okay, so it looks like my offsets for the command are off by 6. So this one over here, I'm going to have to drop the 199 down to a 193. And then the 828s, the 828 I'm going to have to change over to 830. And then it looks like I'm going to have to drop the Y from 86 down to 80. So let me go change those commands real quick in these command blocks, and that should take care of the problem for us. So we're going to decrease this by 6, so I've got 93. I'm going to decrease this by 6, so I'm going to have 80. And then I'm going to change this to 830. And then this one, again, that was going to be at 193, 80, and then 830. Now, if I go check, I should have corrected that and placed that in the right spots. Yes. So now I can get rid of this old thing here. And there you go. Now you have a working windmill. And we can go through and we can just decorate this up however we want to. You know what I mean? Alright, I threw together some quick decorations. Let's go take a look. This was literally about 5 minutes here, a couple commands, and I've already got it set up pretty nice looking. There's a lot of examples online you can look at for what old windmills looked like. They were mostly used for grain, crushing grain, pumping water, and more recently, obviously, generating electricity. But this is just something really fun that I think fits into Minecraft well. And you don't see a lot of moving pieces to the scenery, so something like this really stands out in a Minecraft build. Alright everybody, let me know what you think in the comments section below, and let me know what you want me to build next. I love doing these tutorials. I love combining command blocks and redstone into the overworld and the nether in the end to create awesome things, so let's see what else we can do. If you like this video, check this one out. It's got similar mechanics for the structure blocks. Only this one allows you to have all the powers of Hawkeye's bow. You can use the grapple bow, fire bow, explosion bow, ice bow. It's all here, and I will show you how to do it. Alright, I'll catch you next time.